let's talk about effortless speed. And I'm going to use my own golf swing as an account for this, because I kind of feel like I'm somebody who doesn't put a tremendous amount of exerted energy into the golf shot, but get decent efficiency out of it. Now, there are lots of different ways to interpret speed. You can talk about the contact with the ball becoming more efficient, compression, all these things, but I just genuinely want to talk about the sort of biomechanical movement of the do's and don'ts. One of the biggest misconceptions are golfers that try and kind of really use the wrist, thinking if I use the wrist, I'm massively going to whip the golf club through, and that's just not necessarily the thing that we're trying to do. However, what I mean by that is I see golfers that are trying to do things like excessively break the wrist and excessively try and snap it through. That's not going to generate speed. In fact, that's massively going to hinder you. However, we do need wrist cock. Now, wrist cock is a relationship created between your grip and between the shaft and the lead arm. But you don't need to kind of massively introduce this on a conscious level. You will generally find with the correct grip and the correct sort of swing sequence that you will create a 90-degree angle with the club. So, the big thing that you need to do, which you're most likely not doing if you're struggling for speed, is introducing leverage. Okay, so what I mean by that is if I can swing my hands higher, I'm going to be able to produce more speed. Most golfers that I meet that reach out for help originally have a terrible problem of turning like so, and what this does, this just makes you swing your arms too flat, and that leaks you distance. So the first thing you want to be doing is lifting your arms up in the air. If you're going to lift your arms up in the air, the second thing that you need to do is, guess what? Pull your arms down. There does need to be a consciousness on that of up and down to generate more speed. Now, if you can do that, lift up and down, you'll be surprised that probably generate more speed on its own. The next thing is very much to do with your sort of hand path. So if you can start your downswing doing this, which is swinging up, okay, and then as I start the downswing, see the way that I turn as I shift my weight, and look at my left shoulder. So if I can move my shoulder towards the target and I can bring this upper arm to the side of my body, what this is doing is this is helping my hands work more directly towards the ball, which will whip the club through. So if you're somebody who sort of swings back and you consciously just pull your arms down without moving, that's fine, but your club is going to be casting and it's going to lose energy by the time it hits the golf ball. So there's a few things that you want to do. The first thing is you want to lever your arms up in the air. The second thing that you want to do is understand your arms are going to come back down. However, you want to make sure that you turn towards the target as you do this, because then what you'll be doing is you'll be pulling your arms down in a fashion where they're going to be coming down on a narrower angle, which means that you're going to introduce way more speed. So don't consciously try and do anything with the wrist. Don't break the wrist. Keep them solid. What you want to do is think about leverage, and you want to think about pulling, but you also want to make sure that you are moving your chest towards the target. And to summarize it easiest, just turn the club upside down, lead hand only, and just do some swings where you pull your arm across your chest and then just kind of work on using your chest as an engine to whip the club through. And what you'll find is you'll create a tremendous amount of whipping sound without trying to do anything with the wrists on a conscious level. See you soon.